As the crews on board the ships in the NATO fleet continue to perform their duties, their efforts appear to be having the desired effect. Over the next few days, no pirate incidents are reported in their area of operation, but is this presence of warships merely driving pirates to seek their bounty elsewhere?
It's possibly pushing pirates to another region, but this being the main thoroughfare for the world's shipping going through the Suez Canal, this is where we want to maintain our presence. And wherever we have a big grey warship, chances are there's going to be less activity in terms of piracy. So again, the amount of water space that we have to cover is vast, but trying to get as many grey hulls into that space to show the presence might deter, even if it deters one or two pirate activities in the course of a couple of months, it's worth having the ships here.
And the numbers speak for themselves. Whereas the number of attacks has increased drastically, despite the increased presence of warships, the number of successful hijackings has decreased as a result of the various counter-piracy missions in the area. Whereas in October 2008, 1 in 3 hijackings was successful, this number has dropped to 1 in 7 in March this year.
We have to be positive. We're here to do a mission, and I think the results are speaking for themselves in this area. I can't speak for other areas, but as a NATO force, we're here to conduct the mission, and we appear to be achieving that at the moment. I wouldn't wish to tempt fate, but that's the way that we could certainly indicate that our efforts here are having very fruitful gains. And I think it's important that people at home realise that we are doing a job out here, and because they're not hearing about piracy incidents, amongst or involving NATO forces, is actually a measure of our success, not a measure of our failure. It's a wonderful opportunity to be given as a member of the Royal Navy to work with other nations' navies and with other countries, and it's an experience that I think everyone should wish to do, because you can learn so much more from operating with other nations and other countries. You learn how they do things and how we do things, and we get to exchange ideas about the way we operate. And that's what is so good about NATO, that it encourages people to interoperate, not just between units, but also interoperate as people. And it's a wonderful opportunity, and anybody that has the opportunity should take it.
This is an exciting mission, yeah. It's very exciting to be part of NATO, conducting operations in this part of the world, and contributing to maintaining security throughout this area.
While the problem of banditry at sea means that there is a continued need for counter-piracy missions in the Gulf of Aden, the international community is addressing the broader roots of the problem as laid out in the framework of the UN-mandated contact group on piracy off the coast of Somalia. Piracy, though a maritime phenomenon, is after all a symptom of poverty and lawlessness on land in Somalia.
Ultimately, nations and people in desperate circumstances will do what they can to survive. But there is obviously, one could assume, I don't know, but there is undoubtedly a criminal element involved. But at the end of the day, the amount of money that is involved, it's clearly makes economic sense to those people who are doing it. What we've got to do is convince them that it's not. That's not our mission.
Sebastian.